All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, an all new Wrestling Outlaws you don't want to miss, and it's a big one. 2024 is upon us already. Second episode already in.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Angelo Vega here, Universal Champion, and Rise to the Top briefcase holder. And we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight, sort of a state of the union, if you will, regarding to last week's episode that took place. Get to all of that tonight, right? Right. I know it's talking about Tyler Cage, what he said last week, and some...
I have a lot to say about that little disrespectful millennial fuck.
All right, we'll get into all of that. So with that, Wrestling Outlaw starts right now. All right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an all-new Wrestling Outlaws. Nelson Torres here, along with Angelo Vega.
The icon of WTF.
And you say you
the
like...
Universal Champion of WTF. And, as you like to say, the Rise to the Top holder.
All right.
Even though certain person has a problem with it, but I ain't going to talk about that yet.
We'll get to all of that tonight. You say you like the opening of the show with that thing with the mask.
I like it with the wrestling mask.
Yeah, this is sort of a temporary opening, but we're going to try to see if we can make it more extended, if that makes sense. We're working on it, so in case you're wondering, when are you going to extend that opening? We're working on that, okay? So that's one. Now, tonight's episode is regarding to a lot of things that we needed to discuss. Including what you said earlier about Tyler Cage. That'll be one. We'll get to all of that. But
yeah, I listen. Can we just? Are you gonna show what he said?
Before we do that, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But first things first.
Yeah, but Nelson.
What?
You should already know.
What?
People like me and Happy the Clown, we are big on respect. Okay? But when some young little fuck who just walked in the door likes to pop and talk shit, guys like me and Happy the Clown do have a problem with that.
No, I'm not arguing with you, and I agree.
Right?
And
so
I do.
that's why I'm itching to say what I want to say.
But first things first, before we get there, it's regarding to, I think we talked about this before, and this is kind of important to bring up. Because let's just say that there's been a lot of confusion of what history of wrestling is connected to WTF, so to speak. This is not going to take long, but basically, there was the old other feds that I never really watched. Just for example, the AIWA. Oh, you want to?
Can I do the little history lesson? Okay. There was a moment in time around 1997 where, let's say, WTF split.
1996, actually.
Okay, 96. I remember 97. I don't know why. But we split.
Okay.
Me and you with Low Life Louie, Low Key, Monster Mac, Homicide, basically a lot of New York legends.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
We became IWW.
And by the way, just keep in mind, this is the 30th anniversary of WTF. We started in 94. The wrestling started in 95. And, 96, we had more wrestling. But then that's when the split thing happened.
So let me finish.
As I mentioned, but go ahead.
So we became IWW. The other half, people like Chris the Heartbreak Khan, Miguel the Havoc, rest in peace, and a few others, they went on to create AIWA.
Right.
So after a few years, let's just say both places folded and WTF returned in the year 2000.
Yeah. 99, 2000, somewhere.
But I will say, when the split happened, anybody who was champion on AIWA or IWW, Nelson wants to confirm it is added in the history of the WTF Wrestling.
It is. Well, for a long time,
or at least in the history of all public access wrestling.
Because some people say, I always thought I never wanted to count it or whatever, but in reality, I never did. Because quite frankly, for a long time, I never really sat down and watched AIWA, except for the times I went to somebody's house and said, "Hey, check out a couple of matches from AIWA," and I did. So it was what it was.
Well, listen, we had to concentrate what we were doing with Low Life Louie and IWW.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I did see a couple of things. I did see some good things. I did see some what it was things. Not complaining, and that's old history. But I just wanted to bring this up. But I feel like we can actually try to see if we can add that history into this, and hopefully people who are watching this, who are part of this, would hopefully understand where I'm coming from. It's just that I don't want any confusion, and I don't want people to think I would disrespect any history of like AIWA or WWE.
Okay, you know what it is too?
What?
What goes along with the confusion?
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the up and coming places now, like the WWX.
Right.
They probably maybe thought WTF has been like a recent thing. No, it has been in existence since '94.
Right.
All the way up until now.
Exactly. So, and then we're all trying to resurrect it. We're trying to make it good. And I think this year we are wrestling too. And I'm not thinking we know it. So we definitely want to make things happen. So I want to correct myself. But yeah, we are going to wrestle.
In case you people need a little refresher, I don't know if you remember, not too long ago, I just was in a brawl with another disrespectful little millennial fuck, Ace Bradley. Now, fuck brawls, Nelson. You need to make this match.
You against Ace Bradley.
Because he wants this. He's going to have to pry it out of my dead fucking hands. But I'm not going to die. So, that's the thing. Nelson, make this match. Because fighting in the street, brawling in the studio is not going to solve anything.
Right. Exactly. And by the way, anybody who used to wrestle in AIWA and so forth, they're more than welcome to come and wrestle in WTF if they're able to or want to. They know how to contact me. If some do, some don't. But if they do, feel free to contact me. So it's the 30th anniversary, and I kind of want to do like a little mini reunion, so to speak.
What's
by
funny?
the end of the year.
You know what's funny?
What?
It's funny how your 30th anniversary is right there with the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, which just passed.
I love when you
you got to remember, I joined this show right when that 1995 Mortal Kombat original movie first came out.
Right.
So I always have this little sentimental thing like Mortal Kombat and WTF kind of go hand in hand.
I can see
with
that.
Entertainment. Do you remember that episode? TJ was sitting there with a cassette and a CD. Remember, we was all in BG, the broadcaster's house.
Yes, I remember all of that.
And we were talking about wrestling and Mortal Kombat.
Yes. And the spirit of WTF is still around too. We're on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern on Channel 34 in Manhattan. That's the other public access show in Tuesday nights. So don't forget that too. A lot of things do happen there. But anyway, what was I going to say before I forget? So yeah, I just want to make sure there's no, any confusions and whatnot. So I just want to clarify that, because sometimes, I don't want people to think I'm just, disrespecting anything or anybody, if you will, as far as wrestling. It's just that I don't really try to look out for other competitions. There is no competition. I just worry about my own brand, my own fed, and nothing else. So I just want to make that very clear. So I was never really that.
But
what?
Listen, we always have the door open, like we're currently doing, to work with other people.
Right.
Like the very nice people of WWX.
Yeah, shout out to them.
So, what he means by worry about his own thing, it's what he said. He's not trying to compete with there's no point to compete.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like childish.
Depends on the circumstance.
It's like you can do good, we can do good, we all can do good, and that's it.
Hey, look, I'm no angel. I know I've done some fucked up shit, and I mean, like, not the first, it may not be the last, But sometimes, you just learn from it and just trying to move on. Hey, I admit I did some stupid shit. It's what it is.
We all done stupid shit.
We've grown up, and some of us may have matured. Some of us have. Some may haven't. So, well, the only thing we can do is just learn from it and move on. It's the only thing we can do.
Well, can I mention one thing?
Mm-hmm.
The elephant in the room, kind of.
Okay.
You gotta understand something. We are in our 40s right now, okay? But truth has to be told. Look behind you.
You talking about this?
You see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is the symbol of excellence. The World Wrestling Federation at the time. All right, come back. So what I'm trying to say is, if it wasn't for what's behind us, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we do would not exist.
I guess.
We have been inspired by this. A lot of us have. You have to admit it. Or if you watched NWA or WCW or New Japan or any stuff. Well, remember, when I first came to the show, ECW was the hot thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got inspiration from the bigger, gigantic federations of wrestling.
And we're still being inspired today too.
Yes.
And we're still trying to do that. We're still working. And for those who are just tuning in, yes, WTF is still around. It's 2024 in the middle of January. So there's nothing weird and odd about it. So
you can listen. You can do what you do and still be fans of what you grew up watching.
Well, I've been traveling to WrestleMania in the last couple of years, so that it's not just being like a fanboy. I mean, sort of like, but I'm not what they call a mark. It's just that I like to travel and I like to attend the big events. So there you go.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a super fan of the sport of pro wrestling, or some people want to call it sports entertainment.
See, but like I said, and I also network with other people when I travel to these things. So this is always a business thing and a pleasure at the same time. So I like to see the world. That's why that's my little thing to do. So it's what it is, right? Like next week, I'm going to Las Vegas for the AVNs. So there might be an episode, but I won't be there. More on that later. But in the meantime, so like I said, if anybody who's watching this, and if you were in the AIWA or been in the past with WTF, and even that,
or IWW,
yep, you know how to contact me. We'll go from there. And we're trying to bring the band back. And I'm trying to upload single wrestling matches too. Not just recent matches. I'm trying to put up old matches
too. It's just so if you just want to get straight to a certain match.
Yeah.
You just click on it and you watch it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to digitize it too, because some of them are a little bit old. So if those guys have those old matches, that would help if I could put this on YouTube. So on this channel right here. So this is the official WTF Wrestling page. This one, and the very one right now. So there's that.
Okay, so we clarified all that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now can we get down to business?
Okay, so but before we get into that business, let's show what Angelo's been itching to die to talk about.
Yeah, show the people what this asshole from Jerkwater USA had to say.
All right, this is from last week's episode. So, and even for the old school WTF fans, you may want to take a look at this if you didn't see this. So, check it out.
I'm kind of a little bit shocked, but not really, because all I've been hearing, it's crazy because I've been sitting on my couch for the past year and a half, and I've been hearing all the rumblings and hearing all the gossip and hearing all the BS from so many different superstars that wants to say that I squandered my opportunities, that I had to complain and whine and all that.
Let me point out, you were suspended in November, so it wasn't a long suspension.
I mean, if you count the days of just sitting on your couch and just basically, it's something that a lot of people said, even Angelo Vega out of all people, I mean, he states about the fact is that, yeah, I've been chilling at home with my girl. Thank you very much. Thank you for actually noticing. For a guy who basically shows up and can't even defend his own damn title, it's completely disturbing. That acts me. I mean, a guy who basically squandered his way to get the rise to the top, didn't really have to beat anybody. I mean, he beat a guy who could barely even stand.
That was the Jackal.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The guy barely could even put up a fight. Within even, 8 seconds, you literally, you basically, you jumped on him. Then you DDT'd him, and then what? You pinned him 1, 2, 3? That's a fuzzy maraca, if that makes any sense to me. But at the same factor, who have you beaten that's even worth talking about? I can name a lot of guys that's been in WTF and they're no longer here. The only people that I keep seeing is the same individuals that want to talk about that I'm a complainer, that I'm a...
Okay, so that was last week's episode. Tyler Cage came to the studio after a 3-month suspension. Not 1 year, 3 months.
Well, he's a millennial. He can't count.
This millennial stuff. Is this a woke thing that you love to talk about?
Listen, this ain't got nothing to do with no woke shit. This gotta be with a disrespectful young little fucking idiot. That's what it has to do with. I'm already dealing with one disrespectful young fucking idiot. Ace Bradley. Now I got another one. Like, listen, you need to respect people who paved the way for you and was here way before you. You just walked in the door like 5 minutes ago and you talking all this shit.
He did fell down and bust his ass last week.
Good for him. He deserved it. Show some respect to those who made this possible for young little fucks like you to be here.
Look.
See, you know what I notice?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when one idiot goes out the door, big time Jason, another idiot walks right in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? Why does this always happen?
Mm-hmm.
No, he has no comment about it. I didn't say it was your fault, though.
You just want to keep mentioning it, but...
Listen, I just said the way I said it. One idiot walked out, big time Jason, and another idiot walks in. Tyler Cage, Johnny Cage, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. Listen, I'm going to clarify what you said right now, right? The Jackal was fucking shitting bricks because he was shocked that I came back. Remember, you and everybody thought I was done, never to return. But I chose my spot to come back. And what did I do? I am the first ever WTF Universal Champion. And I have the Rise to the Top briefcase. And I have a guarantee. Not a spoiler, not a promise. A guarantee. When the time is right, I will cash in that briefcase.
By the way, we have extended that briefcase now. Now is considered towards the end of the year.
Cool.
So you got till the end of 2024 to cash in.
Well, you know what? When I pick my spot...
It's extended because of M&N, but anyway.
When I pick my spot, I will become the undisputed WTF Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world.
So is that a spoiler?
So yes, this shoulder is feeling kind of naked. But when the time is right, I'll be right up here.
All right. But here's the question I think he's been asking.
Who?
Tyler Cage.
You see how unimportant he is? I had to ask you who.
He said also that he wanted a title shot.
Okay.
And he wants...
Let me clarify something. Hey, stupid. I'm currently in a feud with Ace Bradley. Wait your turn, you little disrespectful fuck.
Well, but first of all, you also have to defend the title, too, against other people.
Okay, but right now, Ace Bradley has his title shot. This guy just can't jump the line. What has he done? Besides sit at home and talk about his wife all the time.
Jeez.
Listen, I got some advice for you. Go drink a bucket of AIDS and shut the fuck up.
Bucket of AIDS? Yeah, we can't speak for Happy the Clown since he did call out on Happy the Clown as well.
Listen, I will speak for Happy the Clown,
What?
right? Because I was the tag team champion with him. Listen, you don't want to talk shit about Happy the Clown. He'll smack the piss out of you and make you piss out that bucket of AIDS I just told you to drink. Be careful, you little young fuck. What's with these young people all disrespectful all the time? They think they run shit. Oh, I do this, I do that. I'm young, I'm healthy, blah, 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 blah. Like I said, you were still sucking your mother's titties while I was fucking wrestling. So shut the fuck up.
I don't know what it has to do with one or the other, honestly.
Nelson, he's disrespectful. You know what it is? He's like the rest of these young lazy fucks around here. Oh, gimme, 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 without doing nothing. Without doing anything. And you know what? He had his chance to become a champion. But what happened? The current world champion, Chris Angels, threw his ass out like a piece of toilet paper.
Yeah, he could have had.
And all he did was go home with that toilet paper and go cry to his wife. That's all he did. Anyway, I have a title defense to think about against Ace Bradley. I don't want to waste more time on this cage.
See, but that's what I'm trying to get at. If he's just asking for a title shot, and then you already gave the response, right?
Yes.
So the answer is
Earn it. Wait in line. Don't be jumping the line.
okay.
Or jump in the turnstiles or whatever the fuck you young people do.
But I know Tyler Cage is going to have a match with Cole Bradley, who he had also last week, and I know he also challenged Billy Blade as well.
So good. Let him climb the ranks that way. Then he'll get title shots. He just can't jump the line.
Well, Tyler Cage.
Listen, you want to talk shit? What I did to the Jackal? I'll fucking beat you faster than I beat the Jackal. Keep talking shit.
So do you think that Tyler Cage right now is sort of a threat at this moment?
He ain't no threat.
You don't think?
No. It's a lot of this. I train, I do this, I do that. All you do is go on Facebook and talk all this gaga about, oh, when I'm at the gym pumping iron, I get hard because they're making me think about my wife. That's all I fucking see him say all the time.
He actually said that, didn't
Yes, he did. Listen, nobody wants to hear that shit, all right? We're here for wrestling, not you and your wife, with whatever the hell you like to do with your wife.
It's no one's business.
Yes, it's your own business. Nelson, think about it. Who the fuck talks about, oh, I get a hard on at the gym thinking about my wife? Nobody wants to hear that. Keep that to yourself.
But then you used to like talking about fucking all the time on camera?
All right. How old was I back then?
Huh.
I was very fucking immature. I'm still immature. I don't give a fuck. But I'm a more mature immature now.
So you're still young and dumb and full
No,
of...
I'm not young and dumb. I'll fuck you up too. Keep talking shit.
You didn't even
You
finish.
still ain't off the hook with Big Time Jason, so shut the fuck up.
Oh, God. You're not going to leave that go, aren't
Nope.
you?
You need to pay for your sins.
You're too much. But yeah. So that's your word on this guy.
Yes. Happy New Year.
When is it ever gonna end, right?
Yes, it's never gonna end. You always gotta have some dumb young fuck lately on this show talking shit.
So should he have been stayed?
Then he's next to the Mighty Morphin idiot with his man bitch, and then you got the other fucking mannequin fucker still around. Like, what the fuck's going on here?
No comment.
It's like the island of misfit toys on that episode.
Feels like that every week on that show. I always attract,
But
you
I will clarify one last time. Tyler Cage, be careful what you ask for, because you just might get it, and you ain't gonna like it. Alright? I'm old school. None of this give me a handout young millennial bullshit. Fuck out of here.
On that, we're about to wrap this up, and
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up like a fucking Christmas gift.
But before anything, if you're anybody watching from the AWA from the past or the past WTF or even IWW, interested in wrestling because we're looking to do something, let me know. I'm not a hard person to find. But on that as well, before anything, just want to thank Angelo for coming by,
You're welcome. Your pleasure.
even though I'm in your house.
Yeah, you need to get the fuck out.
So
I want to go to sleep.
I know it's like almost 12:30, but hang on tight. So with that, I want to thank everybody for watching, and we're going to have a new episode next week as well. I may not be on it, but so I will be in
Is this idiot going to be on it again?
probably.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Listen, tell him to stay in Jerkwater, USA, where he comes from, right?
And on that lovely note, we'll definitely see you guys, and make sure you follow us on social medias as well. So, and don't forget, this Tuesday, every Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on Channel 34, WTF TV Live. Don't miss it. That's for sure. All right, so with that, we'll see
But
you.
if this young jack-off is on again, it's okay to miss it, because nobody wants to see him.
All right, we'll see you guys next time in an all-new episode of WTF Wrestling.
What's so funny?
Wrestling Outlaws.
What's so funny?
It's you.
Oh, it's me. You
Yeah.
think I'm funny? I'm funny to you now? Good
I'll
fellas.
I'll see you guys next week.
Fuck off.